we'll go with promptness, being that we want to keep this short and sweet. And yes, others will join as they come along as such sort of thing. So thank you everyone for being on time. So first of all, I'd like to respect and acknowledge and honour the Aboriginal people of Australia's Northern Territory and recognise the continuation of culture, connection to lands, water and country. We pay our respects to elders past, present and future. My name is Chrissy Gorry and my role is the Brolga Awards, and I'm joined today as well with Lauren Jenner from our team. First of all, welcome to our first Brolga Awards 2025 webinar. Today we're going to cover the changes for the 2025 awards, utilising the question guided format, utilising images and visual evidence, and also the entrance support that we are rolling out to support you all. So this session is being recorded. If you do have any questions during the session, please raise your hand and Lauren will look out for them or add it into the chat as such sort of thing. The other thing is if you could just keep your microphones off, it's always better for everyone else to hear, or keep them on mute, I should say. So today, the nominations have opened for 2025 Brolga Awards, which is exciting. And yes, there is quite a few changes that are happening in the place. So during this session, let's have a look at these changes, which are only better for you as entrants. So they are exciting. The process is that we will Australian Tourism Industry Council have completed a comprehensive review in which they guided by industry feedback, which was guided by industry feedback. The process has been streamlined to save time for you as entrants and while continuing to uphold the integrity and the prestige of the awards, which is most important. So today's webinar will also look at the key dates that are quite important to you as entrants and also the support that we're going to make available. So the changes are that the questions have been refined, so the response format is updated for you to guide you as entrants. So you really do understand the actual question and then also what you need to answer. So the free form nature of the past has sort of, allow people to put in extra information that was above what really the question was being asked. So the questions are now a guided format, so you can clearly understand what is being asked and to provide the relevant information only. So the other thing is the word count has reduced. So submissions are now a minimum of 4,000 words and a maximum of 7,500 words. So previously it was 10,000 words. So that's for categories 1 to 25 in the national business categories. So these changes really and the reduced word count are for you to be able to still convey to the judges and how you are an excellent business, I guess. So the only other difference is the accessible category. It's a maximum of 3,000 words. Formerly was 4,000 words. It has always been a sort of a reduced category, encouraging people to do one of the other main categories and the accessible category as a second sort of entry. So for the majority of the categories, the submission is worth 60 points. So reminder that the Brolga Awards, the Tourism Awards, is a submission-based award system. The other part is the consumer rating, so your GRI via Review Pro, which remains at 20 points. And then the other part is the online review, which was formerly 10 points, has now gone up to a digital review and worth 20 points. So this digital review really looks at what is key as you as being a tourism business, your website, your social media, other external online sources on, sort of presence, your promotion of the broader region, so packaging with other businesses promoting your region, and also your online review response rate. So we are going to hold another webinar next Wednesday, the 7th of May, and that will actually look closely at 1, the consumer review, and 2, the digital review. So the other part of the submission. We will then hold other webinars that then looks at the actual submission side of things. So these changes have been implemented nationally, so all other states will be also going with these same question sets. So then for these 26 national business categories, if you are the Brolga winner, you then go onto the national stage. So best thing is to, if you're a new entrant, is to select the best category that fits your business, the core business as such. And again, our job is here to help you, guide you as a new entrant. So the new guided format as such, like I said, we are going to hold sort of deep dive sessions, webinars. So this is just sort of giving you a taste of what the guided format looks like. So instead of free text, where for the majority of the questions, the guided format firstly asks you for a concise overview of what you're talking about. So for example, in section 2, for most of the categories, which is the business and product development section, and it is asking you to provide 3 to 5 examples of business and product development during the qualifying period. Now, a reminder of the qualifying period, it is the 1st of July 2024 to the 30th of June 2025. So really, it's only improvements that you've done in this last year that you get to talk about. So the guided format will ask for examples. So describe the improvement, the rationale behind the improvement, the specific goals, and of course the outcomes. And again, response guides are provided for each of those sections. The excellence in marketing section, which is section 3 for the majority of the categories, has 2 questions. And they do really make sense. So the first question is talking about target markets. So again, it's asking you to talk about 2 to 3 target markets, what stage of the target market is for your business. So is it a primary market, secondary, growth, emerging market? And then what are their characteristics? Again, good response guidance provided so you can really sort of provide those characteristics. How does the business meet the expectations of the target market? What research have you undertaken to confirm those target markets are right for your business? And the second part of the marketing excellence is giving 3 to 5 examples of marketing strategies the business has implemented again during the qualifying period. So for example, each example would then include the objective of the strategy, the target market, the concept, the rationale and research for the marketing strategy, the activities and tactics that you've done, how the strategy aligns with local or regional or state destination marketing plans, and the outcomes. So I guess probably it really is sort of, instead of kind of having one broad question and you kind of going, where do I put what? It is really giving you a, information for every example to do objective right down to outcomes. So for the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander tourism experiences category only, it is going to be open for businesses that are more than 50% Aboriginal owned and controlled. So Aboriginal tourism businesses. Businesses who don't meet this threshold may consider entering the cultural tourism category. So again, happy to provide further details on these changes, and we will be holding these future webinars, and again, refer to the category criteria, which is on the Brolga Awards website, and also have a good read of the rules and regulations, because again, they're good just to sort of go, oh, okay, I now really do understand what my nomination's about, what my entrance about, but we're here to support you. So the use of images and visual evidence has always been part of the Tourism Awards as such sort of thing, and it is there to, enhance your written submission. So the change for this year is that it's actually 30 images. It formerly was 25, and the other part of things is that instead of you kind of having to concentrate on linking it to words, etc., there's a section B for every question where you provide this visual evidence. So you use the images as a way to get the judges to really understand exactly what you're trying to convey. However, you shouldn't rely on them. And as such, a good rule of thumb is if the images were removed, would the written submission still answer the question? So the use of images are to heighten the submission, and they can include photographs. And again, good example is, before, during and after photos, or truly great photos of your product, service, event. Collages, again, a great way to actually have a group of photos that, stay that story using just one image instead of multiple images. And just to make sure you're clear, you don't, do lots and lots and lots of images in one collage, because obviously it's not that great for a judge. Infographics and graphs and charts are also another way of conveying information, which, for example, origin of markets, results from a marketing campaign, or customer feedback results. So using infographics, graphs and charts are still a great way to, provide evidence. So a good tip is to avoid using screenshots and ensure the text within these are legible and can be read. So testimonials is another thing that, again, part of a bit of a case study, you might want to actually articulate, testimonial of, and you can put the full testimonial in the written submission, but you might want to give the key points of view and then provide an image of the testimonial in its full, text as such, sort of thing, as an image. So other changes for this year is that the video is going to be an option only for the marketing strategy question. So you get to provide a video which has not been produced specifically for this purpose, but it is literally a video of your marketing activity. So what you'll get to do is be able to link, maybe if you've done an awesome TikTok or something like that as part of your marketing strategy, be able to let the judges see it. So you will provide a link via YouTube, Vimeo or Dailymotion. The other last part of things with images is captions. So it was formerly only 6 words. It's been extended to 10 words. And again, that's a good way to explain what that is. So the judge goes, right, I know what I'm clicking on and seeing it. If you do go over 10 words, it goes towards your word count. So exciting news. We have an NT new category. It's Best Territory Tourism Marketing Activity. And this is open to all, tourism and hospitality businesses to enter. The submissions may highlight independent activities or those that strategically align and leverage off our local national marketing initiatives. So an activity will be assessed on creativity, the execution and the measurable success. So we're really pleased that this is a different, category for you to really consider. And again, it's going to utilise some video option if you like. So it is a category of either a written or a video format, and has 2 responses that we're asking you to cover: the activity and how it came about, how the activity was executed, and the parties and processes involved. And then the second section being outline the results, include metrics and appropriate such as sales, traffic, coverage, reach and engagement. So again, it can be up to 400 words for the 2 responses, or 2 3-minute recordings. Now, again, they're not to be, professionally made or anything like that. The judges will be literally going on the scores based on the response of the content rather than the quality of the production. So, again, it might be something you might want to film on, amazing telephones that, can produce great videos nowadays. So in addition to the 2 responses, you also get to provide additional 5 supporting images or videos. Again, possibly, would show the TikTok or the whatever that you have done. And again, reminding the word is supporting. So it's extra evidence as such of the marketing strategy that you have done to prove that you are the best territory tourism marketing activity. So this year's entrance support. So I guess probably reminder that nominations are completely obligation free. There is no cost to entering the Brolga Awards in the Northern Territory. By nominating, you get to receive regular updates, and you also then get access to this support program. So first of all, there is an entrance guide, which again talks really strongly about the different components of the Tourism Awards, and there is a comprehensive question guide for every category. So again, that will be provided after you nominate. Our team's happy to guide you on one-on-one sessions, especially for first-time entrants. So that's my job, is here to support you. I can do one-on-ones phone, in person, via Teams, that sort of thing. Copywriter review support, financial assistance, again, is going to be available through Tourism Central Australia and Tourism Top End. So contact the two RTOs if you are a member of them. A series of webinars, which I've already mentioned, will be held in May and June. So please join me again. We're going to keep them short and sweet so that, you can have a good, listen. Give me some questions in advance if that's what's needed, or again utilise them as tools to kind of go, now I've listened to that differently than reading the response guide, the comprehensive question guide, etc. And we will also be offering again the final draft review. So this is called mock judging as such sort of thing, and what it will do is get a former judge to actually have a really good look at your final draft and give you some good feedback that you might want to add, take away, change, move things, that sort of feedback that you can really then go, right, now let me finish it off. Like I said, it is for the final draft as such. So more information will come to you about that after nominations. And I guess probably the other good reminder is previous entrants, still use your previous year's judges' feedback. It's always going to still be key information that provides you with some things that you can do to adjust, improve, change for your entry for this year. So add these dates to your diary now. And consider that, yes, even if it is that, yes, you would like to tee up a time just to have a catch up with me, then yes, please send me a little email. Now, Lauren, do we have any questions?
We do have a question from Holly. Has last year's judges' feedback been circulated?
So Holly, that's a great question. So it's actually in the online system. And what you'll see is that you have to probably change it to the previous year as such sort of thing, and then you'll be able to see judges' feedback, and it downloads to be a Word document. But happy to also pull it for you, and yeah, so you will see, yes, both Brolga Awards and national judging. Yes.
Fabulous. Feedback. Thank you.
That's all right.
We have another pre-submitted question, Chrissy. Do you have to be a member of Tourism Top End or an RTO to enter?
No, you don't. And probably the only thing of the extra bonus of being a member of either TTE or TCA is to access that financial support for a copywriter. But otherwise, no, definitely don't need to be a member as such. And a bit like, yes, it is part of the QTF accreditation. If you aren't accredited on the sustainable level, then you do business standards, which then proves that, yes, again, you are, a tourism business that is achieving excellent levels. But again, happy to do kind of a one-on-one on that side of things, but definitely don't have to be an RTO member. Any other questions from the floor?
Looks like that's it, Chrissy, at this stage.
Okay, so well, I hope that maybe, yes, you can all maybe join us again next Wednesday for, a session, like I said, looking at the consumer rating and the digital review component. I guess probably, especially the consumer rating, is try and boost your GRI before the 30th of June. And sorry, I will just say that that doesn't apply to all categories, i.e., for example, events, it doesn't apply to the events categories. But yeah, again, it's, the digital review component is, a little bit more in depth, and it's worth 20 points. So you really do want to be getting 20 out of 20 for it. So to, get the full potential. So Brolga Awards website as such sort of thing, please, have a look at it. It does have lots of information on each category and the criteria, also rules and regulations, important dates, those side of things. Otherwise, email me, brolgaawards@nt.gov.au, or don't hesitate to give me a call on 89 518 518. So my role is to literally support you. And if there is no other questions, I might leave it for the day. We've done well at 20 minutes.
Thanks, Chrissy. Thanks, everyone.
Yes, thanks for joining us.